Today was the official release day for Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, and I just got back from seeing it in theaters, and oh my god, is this the best Twisted Childhood universe movie that we have gotten so far. This movie does such an incredible job at being so dark and twisted, and also leading you down several different directions that you really didn't expect it to go in, and this is honestly one of the most fun theater experiences I've had in a while. And in terms of the Twisted Childhood universe, as I said, this definitely sits as the best in the darkest and the most twisted movie in that universe so far, and so today we're going to talk about it. I'm going to give you guys my honest review, and I'm not going to be putting any spoilers in this because I genuinely think that all of you watching this need to go and see this movie for yourself. Don't take my review as word for it, just go and watch this movie. I'm telling you right now, you will not be disappointed. So there are no spoilers in this video whatsoever. We're just going to talk about what we already know and some details and some fun little things in the movie that make it worthwhile. So if you're interested, go ahead and grab yourself a snack and a drink, sit tight, and let's get into it. So the basic premise of Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare is that Wendy's brother Michael was abducted on his way home from school one day by Peter Pan, and she has to go and find him before it is too late. Number one, the family dynamic in this movie, it plays very well. I would think that this was a genuine family under any given circumstance, so they did a really good job at telling that part of the story. And another thing is that the acting of every character in this movie was on par, and it was spot on. There wasn't a single moment where I cringed. There wasn't a single moment where I thought that something could have been done or said better. Everything in this movie, cast and character-wise and acting-wise, it was very good, which is genuinely something that a lot of people probably don't expect when they see that there is a horror movie about Peter Pan, or when they see that there is a horror movie about anything in the Twisted Childhood universe. The original Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey did not do a good job at showing the characters or showing good acting or honestly anything on the same spectrum, but after you get to Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2 or even Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare now, these movies are such huge steps up from the original. So I wouldn't base my opinion off of if you've seen Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 1. Definitely go and see the newer movies after that, because I was in the same boat. I did not want to see another one after I saw the original, but to my surprise, these movies are actually really good. And as I said just a little bit ago, this is the darkest movie in the Twisted Childhood universe thus far. Compared to Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, this movie genuinely stands out because of how dark and twisted it is. The Winnie the Pooh movies seem like they have a lot of comedy aspects, but there is genuinely none in this movie. If this wasn't Peter Pan, and if this was just a standalone horror movie from some other company, it would probably be looked at as a really scary and dark movie. This is not only just due to the fact that Peter Pan's face is disfigured and disgusting, and it just sets an eerie feeling throughout the entire film, but watching the things that Peter Pan does and the way that he interacts with the kids that he is taking, it's so scary and unsettling, and I can't even make that up. Another thing that we get in this movie is the presence of other characters in Peter Pan or surrounding the Peter Pan story. We do get Tinkerbell, who he is feeding drugs to and telling her that it is pixie dust, and we do get small glimpses at Captain Hook as well. Since we are avoiding spoilers, I'm not going to go into full detail on how he ended up getting these characters surrounding him, but the way that he does is very dark and twisted. This once again adds to the elements of surprise that you're not expecting throughout the movie, and these characters were very eerie and creepy in their own right. So apart from the very scary and dark Peter Pan, we had Tinkerbell, we had Captain Hook, we had a lot of creepiness going on at the same time with several different characters. Another thing that's very heavily shown and showcased in this movie is how well the Twisted Childhood universe has gotten with practical and special effects. A lot of the kill scenes, a lot of the gore that we're seeing, just a lot of the makeup overall, it's so realistic looking, it's nasty, it's disgusting, it's everything you're looking for when you're going into a creepy horror movie like this one. Another thing you notice the farther this movie goes along is how inspired it is by other horror movies that we've already gotten. I was getting a lot of feelings from Pennywise and It. I was getting some vibes from The Grabber and Black Phone. A lot of things that we've gotten in horror movies, you can tell they definitely had some sort of inspiration in this movie, but to me it wasn't a complete ripoff because they were able to make Peter his own original character. This movie also has several jump scares that actually made me jump in my seat, which is something that not a lot of movies in theaters genuinely do to me anymore. And while you can expect a lot of the jump scares that are happening in this movie, some of them genuinely caught me off guard, and I think that it's something that they did very well. We see another step up in production when it comes to this movie compared to the other two that are already in the Twisted Childhood universe. The lighting, the music, the set designs, everything about this movie made total sense to be in the Peter Pan movie, and it all added to the effects of just the overall creepy and eerie feeling that you're getting while you're watching this. And it honestly gives me hope when it comes to future movies in the Twisted Childhood universe, because if they are just continuing to upgrade and just increase in value and production, everything about it's getting better, it gives me hope that all of these movies are going to continue to get better. And we already know that the Pooniverse Monsters Assemble movie is set for some point in the future where all of these Twisted Childhood monsters are going to culminate into one movie. And something that this movie does is connect Peter Pan to the Winnie the Pooh movies as well. When Wendy is looking for Michael, she says that she read about somebody in the town of Ashdown who has been through a similar situation, and they end up taking the trip to go and see him and ask him about everything that he's been through. Obviously, Ashdown was the town that everything took place in the Winnie the Pooh movies, so these two are definitely connected. We're starting to place some seeds and connect the dots a little bit, and obviously it will culminate to the Pooniverse Monsters Assemble movie. We do have several movies to go through before we eventually get to that Pooniverse movie. We know that we have a Bambi movie on the way, we have Pinocchio, there's going to be a Snow White movie. There are several movies currently in the works and at least in the planning stages for the TCU. Yes, I abbreviated Twisted Childhood Universe. It sounds crazy to say. But although we do have several more movies to get through in the TCU, I think that so far, out of all of the ones that we've gotten, or all of the ones that we've had teased, Peter Pan is the best. I definitely recommend you guys to go and see this on your own in theaters, like I said. Unfortunately, at this time, it is only in theaters for 3 days, January 13th, 14th, and 15th. So make sure you go and see it within those 3 days, and hopefully they can get some sort of extension and remain in theaters for more people to see it. But just in case it doesn't end up getting the extension, go and see this movie right now in the 3 days that you do have, because like I said, it's a very great entry for the Twisted Childhood universe. It is a very good, solid overall movie, and I couldn't have been more happier with the finished product. If you have seen Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare already, then go ahead and comment down below what you thought about it, and if you haven't seen it, let me know down in the comments if you plan on seeing it and why or why not. I hope you enjoyed this small review. Like I said, I didn't want to give out any spoilers, so I didn't go too into detail about this movie, but I genuinely wanted to share my thoughts and opinions. So if you did enjoy, please be sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And as I always say at the end of my videos, if you're going to subscribe to the channel, then you might as well click that notification bell as well, because it is literally right there next to that subscribe button. My name is Haydxn. It was a pleasure having you here on the channel, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next video. Peace out.